Up in the mountains, it is still fall in Oregon and it's about 39 degrees. What we're gonna do is see what's still growing. So we're gonna find some edible plants. Here's a little guy, some sweet Sicily.
There's a mushroom, a red one over there.
So here's some more of that sweet Sicily, and right next to it you got this really tiny, this is miner's lettuce. And there's some other plants real close, but I just wanted to acknowledge that it's October 26th right now, and in this area, especially in the mountains where it's cooler and a little bit more wet, mushrooms are growing all over the place right now. So here's kind of your standard mushroom. So that one is considered toxic, so you don't want to eat that. I've seen videos where people are just munching on that thing for its psychedelic effects. I would not do that. That's definitely not a healthy thing for you to do. It does have compounds and chemicals in it that will wreak havoc on your stomach. Say this as a survival forager, that's definitely not something you want to do when you're in a survival situation. But the long and the short of that, and what we'll notice in this video, is that mushrooms are growing right now. All right, here's another cool one, and it's still growing. This is wood sorrel. So they're definitely not in their best condition right now, but they still are edible. Just got to look out for that oxalic acid. You don't want to eat a ton of this. Oh, here's something cool too. So when you're surrounded by a pine forest, you can find these. They're pine knots and that pine resin, and so you can use these as a fire starter. And the reason they stay preserved and don't break apart like this piece of wood here is because they are full of that pine resin, and that preserves them in the wet, rainy season so they don't just break apart. And you can tell them from other branches or knots because they stay intact, and you'll be able to see kind of that amber color. And then you can process that wood and definitely use that as a really good fire starter. And it will burn really hot. All right, this will be the last plant because I'm with my family and it's getting a little cold out here. So this is some catchweed, and this is still growing. This is still edible and good for you. Well, there you go, a short video with a little bit of information on the season, some edible plants, and some resources.